students. I hope all are safe in this environment of uncertainty. Stay safe in your home and obedience to your parents. Start to study. Today I am going to teach 8th standard biology, second lesson, reproduction in plants. So this lesson is an second part of this lesson, vegetative propagation. So what is vegetative propagation? Propagation means reproduction. Vegetative means vegetative parts of plants such as roots, stems and leaves are called vegetative parts. And this parts, some of the plants have that ability to reproduce, but these plants do not produce any seed. Supposed to form in flower, flowers are unfertile or sterile nature. This group of plants reproduce through vegetative. And before that, this topic we learn asexual reproduction in lower organism. This is common for a few group of plants. Okay. Next type of reproduction is called sexual. So asexual, vegetative and sexual reproduction we will learn next class. Vegetative propagation, the process take place in certain plants which do not produce seeds. Okay, those plants impossible to reproduce seeds or sexual reproduction. The plants are responsible to reproduce vegetatively. Vegetative parts that do not take part in sexual reproduction, this is called vegetative reproduction. New plants are produced from stem, leaves and roots or already existing plants. So this plants are reproduced through by the part of an plant stems, leaves and roots. A good example, stem reproduction, rose and sugarcane. A leafy vegetative propagation, example for bryophyllum. Roots are called undergrounds or some group of plants, dahlia, some other plants. By underground stem, first group is called underground stem. The stem, real stem is underground, okay, but the stems is always permanent under the soil and produce number of an aerial bud, and this bud supposed to disturbed or damaged with the help of grassing animal, the plants to produce new buds again. Some plants produce buds which grow into new plants. Example, potato. Okay, so this potato, a kind of a stem tuber. The tuber usually called as one of the stem. Okay, because the stems normally presence of a nodes and inner nodes. Okay, roots without nodes and inner node. The nodes commonly called eye. Okay, the eyes is actually the axillary bud. Here produce number of an bud. Okay, in between these two bud, the long space is called internode. So node and internode. Okay, then example, potato, modified stems called tuber which grow underground. In potatoes there will be some mark called eyes. Okay, some marking points are called eye. Actually called the eye consists of an axillary bud. Okay, newly propagative plants produced with the help of this bud consist of an axillary bud. Onion, lily, garlic reproduce through buds formed in their bulbs. Okay, so this group of plants reproduce through by bulb, and this one is called underground stem. Example, bulb given for here, underground stem at the base, at the above presence of some rolling fleshy leaves. Thus we are using for in our diet, in our dietary purpose we are using rolled leaf. The leaves underground present small disc shaped stem. Here is given axillary bud, apex, fleshy scale leaves and disc adventitious roots. Corm found in gladiolus and saffron in which stems grows. Okay, corm is another type of underground stem. Example for gladiolus and saffron reproduce buds. New plants grow from the bud formed on rhizome which are branched underground stem. Rhizome, good example, ginger and garlic is given for one picture. Okay, ginger going to given. This real stem is underground. Okay, real stem. Okay, but the aerial part is called pseudostem. Pseudostem means some buds will be developed, and this stem is always permanent underground, and to develop enough new buds conditions are favorable. Example, ginger and turmeric. So ginger, turmeric, good example for here, rhizome type of underground stem. Next, by subaerial stem. Number one is called underground stem. Second one, subaerial stem. What is subaerial? Subaerial means submarines, we know. Remember submarine. Half of the plant body underground, under the soil, remaining half of plants presence aerially. It's come for subaerial stem. A branch arises from the base of the stem and grows horizontally. The nodes of such subaerial stems give rise to one or many buds. Okay, so here the plants to grow above the soil, underground and above the soil, but they grow subaerially, horizontally. What is horizontally? Transverse, because perennate at the surface of the soil. During conditions, during some climatic factors, will be close that stem half underground, remaining half presence above the soil or aerial nature. The tuft of roots hair which drop into the soil and give rise to independent plant. Okay, so those plants, suppose the plants grow perennating surface soil. Sometimes what happen for here, the part of plants is they usually drop inside the soil. That area produce tuft of roots. Okay, so this root producing the stem, suppose break up any other branches, the plants goes to independent life. Example for here is given for here. The stem is completely parts of stem is underground, is horizontal growth. Sometimes what happen, drop of soil above that plant stem, here produce number of tuft of roots. So this part suppose break up, this part suppose break up, this plants goes to independent life. Even this part also, it is one type of subaerial stem. Example, chrysanthemum and wild strawberry. Good example for here, subaerial stem. Banana also produce a short and stout subaerial stem. You know, for a plantain tree, banana plant, the real stem is underground, but above the soil presence of pseudostem. Pseudostem is false stem. Okay, that is capable of vegetative reproduction, because underground real stem produce lot of bulb. Okay, so lot of buds will be developed. The buds are called bulb. By leafy bud, example for bryophyllum. If you know, for this kinds of plants, the buds are produced at that notch of the leaf. Okay, because leaf consists of a leaf blade at the margin, and also leaf lamina and leaf which one, midrib. So this is called midrib region, leaf lamina and leaf margin or leaf blade. This part is called a notch. Okay, so this notch produce lot of buds. Plants like bryophyllum and kalanchoe produce buds at the margins of their leaves. Okay, so margins of the leaves produce lot of buds, and this buds produce new plant. Buds grows into independent plants when the leaves fall and bud touch the soil. So any incidents or actions happen for this leaf, suppose break up, this part suppose break up, here suppose make any break, here have any other which one bit of parts, this plants goes to independent life. Okay, a good example for here, bryophyllum and kalanchoe, both are comes under leafy bud, a type of vegetative propagation. Next, advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation. What are the uses of this type of reproduction? What we can get it? Okay, what's the benefit of ourselves? Okay, come for here advantage at same time disadvantage also. Okay, vegetative reproduction. Number one advantages. Some importance. Vegetative reproduction is responsible for the continuation of plant species that cannot produce viable seeds. Okay, so this type of reproduction is happening. Those plants do not produce any viable seed or fertile seed, but that group of plants are responsible to formation of a new plants through by vegetative parts. Example, banana, grapes, ginger and taro, a kind of a group of a corn. Okay, so this is group of plants are reproduced through vegetatively. Major advantages, because this type of reproduction suppose failure, the plants unable to grow. This method of reproduction survives unfavorable condition with underground, aerial and subaerial parts. Okay, so this reproduction survival unfavorable conditions are unfavorable, or during summer season or suppose rainy season, the stem will be protected inside the soil underground, because perennate underground, but aerial parts will be destroyed, disintegrated. Conditions are favorable, this underground stem produce new buds. Plants attain maturity earlier than those produced from seeds. Okay, seed producing plants given for any other fructification, but these plants are mature earlier than sexual reproducing plants. Vegetative propagation can be used to cultivate plants with a certain desirable features. Okay, for example, attractive plants, as well as coloring of the flower, good colored flowers produced through by vegetative propagation. Then disadvantages, the production of offsprings that have same genetic characters as plants, if the parents plants have any disease that spread to the offspring too also. Some disadvantages, there were some disadvantages or demerits. The first demerit, the production of offsprings, there, what is offspring? Young ones, okay, or young plants or young buds that have some genetic characters as plants. If the parents plants have any disease, okay, same disease spread through offspring also. In vegetative propagation, plants, the new plants not grow far from the parent plants, because the plants are reproduced nearly only, okay, with the parents near, but not go dispersed to long distance. Okay, but if you go to too long distance, requirements of some mechanism, human or any animal suppose requirements to just can transport or transplant next place. Okay, this is a second disadvantage. So two disadvantages: production of an offspring has same genetic trait, that's why the parents and offspring will be spread same diseases, and do not transplant too long distance, because vegetative propagative plants to reproduce near with the help of mother plants also. That's why some disadvantages. The artificial vegetative reproduction is a man-made reproduction. Okay, before that we learned for here naturally happening vegetative reproduction. Now will come for here human beings or take care, and again to involve for here a special type of reproduction called artificial. We know, for we suppose we'll go to any nurseries, is available some artificial vegetative propagative plants. In this modern technology, we have developed artificial methods of vegetative propagation like cutting, layering, grafting, and tissue culture to grow plants. Okay, in this method, technology we have developed artificial method. What is artificial? Man-made. Propagate like cutting. The plant suppose break up lot of stems or leaf or root, cutting, develop new plants. And layering is also another method. Then grafting will be transferring some tissue from mature plants to young plants. Number one is called cutting. Good example going to given for this. One other plant supposed to cut lot of branch of plant stem, produce new plant. It's come for stem cutting. A part of the stem is cut and the cut end is planted in moist soil. It gives rise to roots and grows into an independent plants. Okay, so cut plant stems to planted in moist soil. What is moist soil? Or usually wet soil. Okay, and watery soil, but not complete water, wet soil. Okay, so this wet soil is supposed to planted some cut piece of plant stem, give rise to new plants. The plants supposed to independent life. Example, sugarcane and rose. Good example for you. Sugarcane we know, and rose we know for here is an all are admiring rose plant, rose flowers also. These plants also reproduce through by stem cutting. Okay, if you make lot of pieces, conditions are, but not all the season, only during conditions are favorable, rainy season and monsoon season supposed to make lot of pieces of rose stem to produce new plants. Is come for here cutting. Second type of artificial vegetative propagation, layering. If you know the picture, The plant stem is here, mother plant. The stem will be grow horizontally, and those plants supposed to many more soil suppose available here produce number of an root system also, tough roots. A portions of one of the lowest branch or plants is bent towards the ground so that it touch the soil. The ring of the bark is removed. Sometimes we do for here bark will be just removed through by artificially from the portion, then covered with the soil. The brick or something is used to keep the branch and the soil in place. So above the stems will just keep one small brick, because this brick will be just can keep down for here the stem fixed firmly in the soil and allowed to develop a different root system. When the branch strike the root, it gets cut off from the main plants and grow separately. Okay, so when the branch strike this every branches strike the roots, it get cut off from the main plants and grow separately. Example: lemon, rose, jasmine, etc. So this come for here type of reproduction called layering. So what is layering? Plant stems presence in naturally in soil, but human being do for here some method to follow some method. Take one lower branches and bend down and keep one small weight or those plants requirements of plants branches, and that place to contact with soil to production some number of a root. So suppose we require 1 or 2 or 3 or many more number, then after maturity, after development of this new branch or new bud, just cut down here, cut this here, same here also one small cut going to given, here also going to given a new cut. The plants goes to for here independent life is called layering. Third method is called grafting. This method consists of an attaching or tying up with scion and with the stalk. Here we know for here 3 type of an grafting. Here we know for here this plant is presence, it is a rooted plant is called a stalk and new branch. Okay, but this rooted plants supposed to go to for young plants, okay, young bud, and but scions are called mature plant stem. Okay, this stems going to just but same species, either rose or mango or whatever. We go to find as a very small packeted mango plants produce number of fruits and flowers also. Even rose, some other attractive, some other garden plants doing for grafting technology. The method consists of an attaching or tying up with the scion with the stalk. What is scion? Matured which one other plant branch. Okay, stalk is called rooted plants. Okay, the presence in soil to grow for here new plants. Scion is a cutting of a young stem. Stalk is a base of the rooted plant stem, because this rooted plants presence any other small part or anywhere to grow and cut down above the soil and attach with the help of new branch. This branch to develop new plants. You are going to give first cutting, then fixing, then after fixing going to tie over slightly, then complete tie over. After tying, both are going to just fix firmly. Okay, after fixing, the plants to continue for new growth. These two parts join by after few days, it grows up as a new plant. New plants. This method is commonly used in plants like mango and rose. Grafting is very useful if one grows a new variety with a certain desirable features. Okay, because we can get it for here attractive plants as well as very small plants easy to grow. Even in all group of vegetative probability plants or happening for here this type of reproduction are called grafting. Grafting is to remember two importance are called stalk and scion. Stalk is called well rooted potted plants or anywhere. Scion is called a matured small branch of plant stem. Okay, the stems going to just attach here, develop enough new plants. Here is given some method. Okay, first selecting and cut proper size, and here just fix firmly, then tie over after grafting, then few days later develop enough new bud. new growth is happening. Here is come for a T-shaped cutting. Okay, so the bus going to selected for is come for Zion. The Zion will be attached with the young plants. The plants supposed to develop new plants afterwards. The next method is called tissue culture. Okay, what is tissue? Group of cells performing particular function. So this tissue we are going to culture development of a new plants. First given for one definition, here is we know for here transferring some human definite plant tissue with the culture medium, culture vessel, and just the top of a cap of the culture vessel covered with a cotton plug. Few days later, development of an roots and shoot. Here is a root develop. Is a come for callus. Okay, callus means undifferentiated mass of tissue is called callus, and this callus development of an organ such as roots and stem. Okay, this root and stem develop a new plantlets. The inherent ability, because they have one small specific capability, inherent ability to give rise to a new whole plants when grow on a suitable growth or culture medium. So here is requirements of culture medium means a lot of medium, MS medium and niche medium, white medium and B5 medium, lot of medium, and the medium consists of some nutrients. Okay, because nutrients are medium available, some hormone, some salt, some product. Plants tissue are cultured on a growth media containing various salt, antibiotic, nutrients and plant hormones in laboratory, because this culture going to do for here plant tissue culture laboratory. Okay, it's a man-made, artificial and controlled culture. It's also called a controlled culture. The plants tissue used for here culture is called explants. Suppose we are using for here some isolating plant bits are called explants, either stem tissue or root tissue or leafy tissue or flower tissue. So if you are our desirable selecting plant part is called explant. Okay, sometimes ask what is explant? It's come from live plants. Okay, we are remove some amount of some bit of tissue or plants parts and immediately sterilized and transfer into culture medium, then do for some method, to follow some method. The explants are washed and sterilized. Washed means to wash with sterile water, clean water, and sterilize means rid of microbes. Just remove some germs with the help of slightly warmed water or some additional some chemical. They are allowed to grow and multiply in a growth medium. Growth medium cause the plant cell to divide and form a mass of undifferentiated cells called callus. So what is callus? Undifferentiated mass of tissue. Okay, with the help of a growth medium, because after transferring this callus explant, the tissue going to multiply. Okay, here we know for us very small amount of tissue. Second level what happen will be multiply, because lot of dish of tissue will be developed. This dish of tissue is called a callus, and this callus certain days are over and development of which one root developments. Okay, root going to develop, then later to develop a shoot and roots are developed, then to develop complete plantlet. Callus is then transferred to different growth media that promote growth of roots and shoots. The plantlets are then separated and allowed to grow further. Then after complete development of this plantlet, remove all that growth culture medium with the culture vessel and take one by one and transfer into natural habitat. New plants are then transferred to garden. Tissue culture allows to the rapid production of disease-free, high-quality plants. Okay, so this method to follow. Plants unable to cause any diseases. It's a disease-free, high quality. What is high quality? Our desirable plants we are going to produce with the help of this technology. It's called for plant tissue culture technique. We go to higher classes, we learn detailedly, but now we have a small topic. It is also called micropropagation. Okay, tissue culture or micropropagation. That's our today topic. I hope all are understood today topic. Sit and study, learn well, and copy down all that PPT points and drawing also. Shortly I will use some assignment work also. to follow and do some tests also. Thank you.